It is about 5:30 a.m. East Coast time, and this is the first time I've done one of these Recn stories where I'm actually kind of nervous about it. Maybe because it's 5:30 in the morning, I'm not really sure what I want to talk about. I did take some notes real quick. The reason I'm doing this so early is because I'm taking a class today that's going to run from 8:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. And the few little breaks I get, I'm probably going to want to eat or go to the bathroom or something like that, or make some phone calls. So I thought I should probably get out of bed and do this stuff now. It's funny because I was laying in bed for maybe 30 minutes trying to figure out what I was going to say. And there were some things I thought about. So I jumped up and I jotted down some notes. And then I went ahead and got on here and let's get this thing done. So I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things. One of them is my own self-improvement journey. Now, I'm still working on myself. I got a long way to go. I've come a long way, but there are other things that I want to do. And there's kind of like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs thing that you've probably heard of. I hope this video is good because I'm actually going through my cell phone right now. I set that up as a hotspot because the Wi-Fi in the hotel that I'm at isn't that good. So anyway, so you got this Maslow's hierarchy of needs thing where at the bottom, it's like you need your food, your water, and your shelter, and then you start moving up this pyramid to get to the top. That's part of self-actualization. And I'm almost there. I guess I am in a sense where it's like, well, what do you want to do now? You've got everything that you need. Now what do you want to do? And one of the things that I want to do that's, I guess it's really maybe the goal in this part of my life is to share the story of how I got where I'm at with other people that are interested in getting to a similar place in their lives, so maybe I can provide them with some shortcuts. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And I've spent a lot of time doing one-on-one talking to people. And I really enjoy that. And I really love seeing the results. And it's exciting when I can, talk to someone and then talk to them a few weeks later and find out that they just put in an offer on their first house, or they just quit smoking cigarettes, or whatever else is going on in their lives, something else that they're trying to improve. So it really makes me feel good when I know that I can take some of my own life experience and pass it on to people that are smarter than me, and they can actually learn from my mistakes and learn from things that I've done that have worked right. So as far as my own self-improvement stuff goes, I got a long way to go, as I mentioned. And so here's what's going on with me right now at this point in my life, because you already know me, I'm a real estate guy pretty much. If you don't know me, that's pretty much my claim to fame right now. So I do want to pass that message on, and I started a mentoring business a few months ago. When I first started it was kind of a casual thing, and then it started to grow and I got a lot of interest in it. Really, it was kind of shocking to me how many people signed up so fast without really any kind of advertising or anything, mostly just word of mouth stuff. And I was really surprised by it. And then I started thinking, man, maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe, I have a message to share with people that, that they want to hear, because they know I really do it. I'm not, one of these guys that did it 30 years ago or pretends I did it. This is what I do. So anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the self-improvement journey that I'm on now. Right now I'm in Florida. It's called Largo, Florida, not Key Largo. It's called Largo, Florida. And it's near St. Petersburg, Clearwater, in that area. And I'm taking a 3-day course. It's with a company called Speaking Empire. And Speaking Empire is going to tell me the things that I don't know, because right now I'm at this point where I don't even know what I don't know. And so I'm going to be sitting down in the audience with the pad and the paper, like the newbie that I am, jotting down notes, everything they say. It's going to be so important, and I'm going to have to write it all down. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to maybe find out 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 things that I don't really know. And then I'm going to do what I do really well. I'm going to find out what those things are, and then I'm going to find other people to do them, other people that are better at it than me, because the business that I want to be in, I don't want to learn how to do the marketing. I don't want to learn how to put together a website. I don't want to learn the best app to do Facebook Live videos. Actually, right now I'm using a thing called BeLive.tv. That's that app. It's like a web-based app that I'm using for this broadcast. So what's happening is I'm going to this event to try to find out all of the pieces of the puzzle that I'm not really aware of. And then once I know what the pieces are, I'm going to find other people to do them. For instance, my website that was recently, the new updated website that went live was a friend helped me put that together. He actually did all the work, and he did a great job on it. And I'm very happy because the amount of time that he took in to do it, and the small bit of oversight that I put into it, I really leveraged my time well. And he's getting some benefit out of that as well because we're working together on his rental business. So I'm hoping to provide him with some value and something that I'm good at. So that's one of the things that I do, because people are always asking me, Mark, how do you just work 2 hours a day? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You got 100 rental units. Like, your phone should be ringing you off the hook. Your tenants should be driving you crazy. The guys that do the work are probably driving you crazy. I've put together a really good team, and that's the most important part of my business, or it's the people. I mean, the numbers are obviously important, but as far as what's given me the freedom to live the kind of life that I want to live, it's having a really good team of people that I trust, that I can depend on. They do a good job, and then I help them out too. It's one hand washes the other. So the self-improvement journey that I'm on right now, it's kind of funny because I'm at the Speaking Empire event, and then in November I'm going to do this thing called Recn in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is another event where it helps speakers like really get their message down, and it just teaches you more about the speaking industry. I don't even know yet because, as I said, I don't know what I don't know. And this is like a whole new thing for me, and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm a little scared about it too, just like many of you may be if you're just starting your own business, or you're thinking about getting your own rental property. There's a lot of fear there, and I have that. Because I'm afraid I'm going to fail. What if I have an event and nobody shows up? What if I build a website and nobody shows up? So I'm also dealing with the same types of fears that most of you deal with your own businesses or other personal life issues that you have going on. So I'm going to this Reach event, and there's a guy named Pete Vargas that's hosting that. And then it's funny because right after that, I got to go to San Diego for this thing called it's the Best Year Ever Blueprint, hosted by a guy named Hal Elrod, that wrote one of my favorite books called The Miracle Morning. I love the book, The Miracle Morning. It's just a hell of a message, and it just talks about taking an hour out of your morning and just your morning is, if your morning starts off like really powerful and really good, then it sets the stage for how the rest of your day is going to turn out. So I think that it's a really great book. So I'm going to go to his event in San Diego to help lay out the stage for what year is this? 2017 for 2018, because I really want to make that the best year ever. And so I'm doing the Speaking Empire, I'm doing the Reach event, I'm going to the Best Year Ever event. At the Best Year Ever event, I'm going to see this guy Pete Vargas that's hosting the event that I'm going to for the Reach event. And then I'm going to see this guy, David Osborne, that is a founder of an organization called Go Abundance, which I'm going to their event in Steamboat Springs, Colorado in January to meet with him. And it's funny because Hal Elrod's going to be there too, I think. So it's just kind of funny how all of these things, like life is like just this thing that just kind of weaves together with the different people and places and all that. It's really interesting to see the way that this stuff works out. Brenton Hess is actually the guy that told me about the Go Abundance thing. I think him and Jeff Tucker both told me about it maybe 7 or 8 months ago. So it was kind of interesting. Some of the things that I'm doing right now, I also read a lot. I just finished a book called 10% Happier, which is a book on meditation. And then I'm also reading a book right now called Front Row Factor, which is another self-help book. And then, as I've mentioned, I'm currently at the Speaking Empire thing. So I got some notes here, just a couple things that I wanted to cover before I hang up. So how do I do it? As far as building the coaching business goes, I don't know how I do it. That's why I'm down here. I'm just going to start to, put all the pieces together. And so it's taken a week out of my life to come down here and do this. This event's 3 days long. I think it's 8:30 to 9 today. I think it's 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow. And then it's like 9 to 5 on Sunday. So I should get a lot of really good information from it. Let's see what else. So again, I just want to point this out. Like, there are things that I don't know. There's actually a lot that I don't know. Just ask my wife. stuff like the whole promotion thing and the website stuff, what I do is I've developed systems and find other people that know how to do it better, and I'll let them do it. Why am I going to waste my time, waste hours and hours and hours and weeks trying to figure out how to build the best website? A great example of how much stuff I don't know. I was talking to Ned Carey on the phone yesterday, and he mentioned SEO. And I was like, what is SEO? I have no idea. And he said search engine optimization. Oh, okay, I've heard of that. And he was just talking to me about how to get traffic to your website, and how if I post an article to his blog and Google sees that there's a link from his blog to my website, and it moves up in their rankings or something like that. So now I have to write an article for Ned's blog, which I would be happy to do because Ned is a great guy. And if you don't know anything about tax sales and you want to know about tax sales, you should talk to Ned Carey or read the stuff that he said, because he's the guy. At least in Maryland, he's the man. So anyway, so that's it. It's 5:42 a.m. I'm in Largo, Florida. Hope you all have a great day, fantastic Friday. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and I hope you're able to, identify what your goals are and put some steps today towards working towards your goals. And sometimes you don't know what those steps are, or you're not sure what to do next. And if that's the case, then do what I'm doing. Talk to somebody else that's already gotten there. Maybe they can give you some guidance on, the next step to take, maybe how to do a little bit more efficient than what they did, or maybe be more effective at it. So that's it. So I think I have one more of these to do next week. And with that, I'm going to probably talk about some of the apartment buildings that I bought and how I did that, because everybody wants to buy apartment buildings. It's kind of funny, actually, because row houses actually cash flow a lot better. But that's a whole different story. And that's an important question, is what is your why? Because I've had people say, well, I want to buy apartment buildings. And I say, well, why do you want to buy an apartment building? And they say, well, because I want to get cash flow. And then I ask them, well, what if you found out that houses cash flow better than apartment buildings? Then what would you think? And then they say, oh, well, then I'd be interested in buying, row houses. So you really do need to nail down what your why is and why your why is your why, because there actually might be other ways that you can achieve your goals that are actually more effective than the way that you initially thought. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Hope you have a very productive day. Take care. How do I turn this off?